I had to take some time off. I had took years off because I lost my brother, my cousin, and my uncle all in the same year. And it
Yeah.
was like like my family, we a close family. Like we all like real loving. And when something happened, we love hard. So when something happened to one of us, it's bad. So I'm like, man, I need some time. Like I gotta get my mind together before I even try anything. Cause my brother and my cousin used to always be around me in the gym, go with me to the gym, go with me to all my fights. When I'm in camp, they there. Like it was like a close relationship. So I'm like, I like every time I go in the gym, I thought about them. My mind wasn't there. So I'm like, man, I just need a break. See, and then start going through it with my son, mom, relationship stuff, moving out and all that. Like, it was too much on me. Like, and certain people go crazy and don't come back for that type stuff. So I'm like, man, I just need a break. I need a break.
You know, as men, man, as men, one thing I do say about society right now that I'm for, because I ain't for much. I ain't
Yeah,
for much with what's going on, especially here at home. You know, the way we leaning as a country. But one thing I do like though is this.
yeah,
I like how mental health and mental, it's no longer taboo. In other words, my father was a man's man, bro. 6'5", 300 pounds. When he walk in the room, motherfuckers got out the way. He fought. You know, he was every description of a tough guy, right? But at home with me, especially me,
yeah,
it was loving, man. You know, hugging the
yeah,
whole 9 yards. And I love you, son. I love you, dad. It wasn't none of that. Man, do some push-ups. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of
yeah,
that shit because now I think because he was a tough guy. In
yeah,
other words, he wasn't proving he's a tough guy. Motherfucker, I knocked your dick in the dirt, man. But the thing is, he loved his children. He loved my mother. He loved people. He loved kids. Well, not people, kids,
yeah,
animals. You know, he had much time for people. But the thing is, man, I think people are understanding. Wait a minute, man. Our fathers and our our leaders, the household heads of the household, that suck it up shit, man. You wasn't sucking it up. That's why you
yeah,
came home from work every day. Now you did your responsibility. You went to work. You took care of your family, but then you fucking drank a case of beer every night. You know, you did this, you did that. Is because we didn't have, back in the game, especially my father's generation. He was born in 23. You know, you think those guys coming home from World War II wasn't as fucked up as Vietnam vets?
yeah,
Or of course they were. Now they were taught and trained to busy themselves, right, as men with
yeah,
work, with this, because you got a child, you got this and that. But that mental health was still there, man. That shit was bubbling. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of things going on at the house, but they was also trained that what goes on in this house. Come on, both of y'all know I'm Irish, you Mexican, you black. We always taught, we all ethnic something.
yeah.
Taught us, hey, what goes on in this house stays in this house. And you don't
Uh-huh.
go tell nobody. But the problem with that is you can't stuff that shit down, man. When you got a child that's, you know, when you got a child that's 6, 7, 8, them formidable years is, I think they say, to 8, 9 years old is where you get your first core of who you're gonna be.
Yeah,
And when that 8, 9 year old child's pops been locked up the whole time, right? And he
yeah,
or in and out and shit. That 8 or 9 year old child's freestyling, bro. How to be a dude, a boy.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I like today how it seems like it's no longer mental health issue. Even the term mental health is no longer. Man, what you talking about? I mean, we still got idiots, but I'm saying it's more so today. People are going, oh shit, that dude's going through some shit, man. Let him
yeah,
let him figure that out. Or maybe, hey, bro, you good? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's all it is. Hey, man, you good? You
That's all
know,
it takes.
that's all. Ain't
And also too, when you think about it, the amount of technology has a huge fucking role in it. You know, you go to these smaller countries where they're not as advanced. Like if you go to Mexico or you go to these third world countries, you still find a certain lifestyle where you don't deal with the fucking the stress,
pressure of life, right?
The pressure of the constant goal. You're dealing with so much on the plate. You're like, you go to Mexico right now, and I'm talking about 2021. You go to certain parts of Mexico or these third world countries, Latin or even in remote parts of the world. They don't have that. Motherfuckers are still walking to work. They're, still there's parts of the world that still take naps in the middle of the afternoon. So we live in a day and age where everything's so fucking fast and there's so much that your fucking brain starts overloading you. We have no choice but to acknowledge, like, shit.
You got a point there. I never thought of it like that.
We got to hit the brakes,
And here's the truth, bro. Where I'm from, there's parts of the city that's still a third world country, bro. Yeah. There's people that couldn't get out of Katrina, man. It's so, you don't have to, and Fresh, I say this a lot. You don't have to sympathize with shit. Sympathy is for the birds, right? But empathy, man, if you can't empathize, that shows an inability in you to understand a problem. So people didn't understand, like when I came to Houston, man, and I came to Houston the first time, 99, went back in 03, came back from Katrina, right? And I would hear some people, not a lot, because Houston, man, we got problems like everywhere, but goddamn, the people in Texas, man, well, in Houston are great people, bro, to me, as a whole. Great people, bro. Every time there's something going on across the country, they get involved, let alone here, right? Mm. But there was those fucking idiots, right? And you would sit there in a barber shop or the restaurant or the grocery store, whatever it is, and you would hear people say, "Well, why them people just didn't leave? They knew this shit was coming." And I said, you have no fucking idea about the life that goes on where I'm from. You have no clue that this 80-year-old woman haven't been out the city, let alone barely lead the project, barely ever lead the project. She's so old now, she's sending people to go get the shit from the store. But a car, are you out of your mind? What are you talking about, bro? And so what I'm saying is, you as a human being, you can say, well, fuck those people. I'd rather you say that. I'd rather you say, man, fuck those people, because then at least I know where we at. At least I know who you are. And I don't gotta waste my time trying to explain some shit, right? Yeah. But sometimes people say things, right, that they just don't understand. And so if you explain it to them, they'll go, oh shit, yeah, man. People were drowning and dying, man. And not to harp on Katrina or nothing, but I'm saying people don't really understand what Fresh is saying. Yeah. It's third world, bro, in some places, man. It's and I'm so Philly. I ain't never been there, brother, but I heard about, I know people from Philly and shit. So, it's a ghetto in every city, man. And people, if you don't get it, then you just don't get it, man. So I'd rather just know who I'm playing with, bro. And today I'm saying with the technology, Fresh, I think we overload and shit, like you said. And I think more regular, let's say, the average Joe Schmo who just wants to watch the game on Sunday and work and come home and play with his kids. Yeah. And that, I think he's starting to say, hey, this suck it up shit ain't the way to go. You know what I'm saying? It's too much shit going on. Hey, what's going on, man? And then